And hello everyone, welcome back to your Godot tutorial. It has been a horribly long time since my last tutorial. I think my last tutorial was probably somewhere in last year, November maybe. I have no idea. So it has been a long time since then, and a lot of things have changed, but not with Godot. So no, you don't have to worry about that being outdated. Okay, so first of all, we're on the Godot page because I need you to actually go download this Dodge asset because we're going to start building our first game. Everything we've done up until now was preparing for this game. So you better be ready. Once you have that, you can basically just create a new project. And I'm going to browse to my documents into trash. And here I'm going to create a new folder. I call it Godot. And inside this, I'm going to call this folder, let's see, so the game is called Dodge the Creeps. I'm going to call it, let's just call it first game instead of Dodge the Creeps, and first game. And we can select the current folder, and we're going to work with OpenGL ES for 3.0, I almost said 30 there. And the project name, we can call it first game, it's not a problem, and just say create, or you can call it Dodge the Creeps, but I'm going to call it first game because easy. Create and edit. And now we have a basic page where we can, or a basic project just set up, ready to go. So, now that we're here, we can go to 2D immediately because we're going to work 2D. And let's see here. So, where we want to be at the moment is right here. So, as you can see, I have already downloaded it. We can just extract it. So extract here. And so it would be there, Dodge assets. And I'm just going to copy that. Art and fonts. And for right now, I'm just going to paste it inside of here. So art and fonts. Great. Now that that's there, I can actually just close this. And as you can see, it automatically loaded everything up inside of res. So this game is going to be designed to be in portrait mode, so it's going to be able to work on phones. And I'm going to show you how to actually export it to mobile and all of those beautiful things. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go to project. So right here, go to project settings. And instead of project settings, we want to go to display. Here's display. And then inside of under display, so of course you could have just gone search for it. I just used search because I couldn't find it for some reason. And under that, you want to go to window. And you want to set the width and height. So the width here is a little bit big. Of course, you can change it up to your liking. So I'm going to set the width to 480. So it's only going to be like this width. And then the height, I'm going to set that to 720. So basically, it's going to be a 720p game with the width being 480 and the height being 720. And also under the stretch options, which if we can scroll down, there we go. Under the stretch options, here where it says disabled, we probably want to make that to the mode 2D. So this just sets how everything's going to stretch. We might play around with this later just to show you the difference on how things will stretch depending on the screen size. But yeah, so we can just do that. And then the aspect is going to be keep because we don't want them to be able to change the aspect. Later I'm going to maybe swap this to something that ignore so we can move it around. I can show you what the difference is between the modes and stuff like that, but if I remember. Anyways, we can just say close. And there we go. So this is our screen. As you can see there, it might be a little bit difficult to see. I can't run it. I don't have any scenes right now, but yeah. So this project, we will make 3 different scenes. I believe I did skip a video on scenes just because, but I will explain them a bit more as we go on. Everything I'll be re-explaining a bit, going over it again, because I myself need to get a refresher on them. So I'm going to explain them to you as well. So even if you've seen the videos, this should still help you if you're also a little bit shaky on it to get ready. So we have 3 scenes like player, mob, and HUD. So HUD is usually just like health or main or the main menu and stuff like that. The mob is going to be the enemy, so they're going to chase us or try and catch us, and the player is going to be us. So we're going to be the player. And we'll combine all of that into the main scene. So it's going to be a bunch of smaller scenes instead of one big scene. In a large project, like a larger one, it would be probably more useful to create a bunch of folders to hold the different scenes instead of having them all in their own little, in one folder. So maybe make multiple folders, each folder with their own scenes in it. But since this is a small game, we don't have to worry about that. So we can just save all our scenes and scripts and stuff in the same folder, so in the root folder, basically here. Doesn't really matter. So now that I actually think of it, it would probably be a smarter move to, if I could just like get a file manager open here. If we were to go here to Documents, into Trash, and here there's Dodge Assets. I'm actually just going to copy this or move it into Godot. And then here's our Godot. I'm going to move it into first game. Because now to think about it, wouldn't it be smart to have your assets all in one thing? So yeah, we can then delete these two. We might even later call the source or something, because we'll hold a bunch of source things. But anyways, so yeah, I feel that's a better way to do things, because now all the assets is in one folder. But if you wanted to, you don't have to do this. You can split all the assets into their own little folder inside of the root directory, but that's kind of messy. And that is where we're going to end. I'm not going to go too deep into anything else, because the following scenes are going to be a very lengthy process to create and stuff like that. So yeah, in the following tutorials, we will be creating a small and interesting game. If you don't understand something or you couldn't keep up, I will probably have the source code of it linked somewhere, probably. Also, you can go check out the documentation, because remember, I'm reading all of this from the documentation, just interpreting it into a way I understand it, and hopefully you will understand it in the same way. But yeah, I will see you all again in the next video, where we'll actually be starting with our first game. Thank you for watching. See you all again in the next video.